Good morning and welcome here in our group Complex PTSD and Thriving. As always, I'm super excited. It is 6 a.m. here in Australia and the sun it's not even really up yet. It's dark, but I'm always excited to start the week with you guys being here, sharing some tips and some insights so we can together grow and thrive. That's what the whole community is about, for us to actually find ways so we can get out of these crisis, those dark moments where we kind of lack that sense of meaning and purpose and we're feeling really lost, into a place where we can feel like we're thriving. And along the way, I don't know about you, but you might run into things like resistance or that lack of motivation. So that's what I want to talk about today. So I want to share 3 things that you want to look out for, dig a little bit deeper to see what's actually underneath and what's causing you, or what's the reason for you to run into this. I know I've done previous videos on that where I look more into the brain function of why this can happen when you have complex PTSD, but this one is kind of a bit more practical, something that you can check up on right now for yourself, what's happening there. Okay, so but as always, if you're here live with me, please, you're welcome to ask questions or share your insights, share your tips there as well, or how you deal with when you run into that resistance there, because it can be anything, you know, whether this is this resistance for you to fill out that application form, or to actually do this course or qualification that you want to do, or applying for a job, or if you're like me and you're self-employed and all of a sudden there is no more, you know, there's no boss, there's no one telling you, hey, it's time to start work now. Okay, it's sometimes a bit hard to find that motivation and go and do whatever it is that where you're running into resistance there. Okay, so the 3 things. Oh, hi Rhonda. The 3 things that usually come up. Or the first thing for me, especially when I run into that resistance, when for example, I like to, I don't know, do some video, do some content for my one-on-one clients, and I'm bumping into that resistance, I'm going to check in with myself. What is happening there? Okay, usually I'm not connected with my values. If I'm not connected with my values, then things feel pointless. Okay, so I actually have a routine. Every morning I'm checking in with myself. I'm connecting with my body, my mind, body, soul, spirit, really checking in deeply what it is, what actually brings meaning to my life. I'm writing out my value statements, my purpose, my mission. I have some big dreams there, and I know many of you too. You know, you have big goals that you wanna achieve. So sometimes it's just that little shift, just checking in. Maybe I have skipped my morning routine, which I do occasionally do. Okay, I'm human. And maybe I've done that, or, you know, just need to recheck and reconnect with my values. This is when it happens occasionally. If you constantly keep running into the same kind of resistance, you need to do a little bit more digging there, I think, because that's very common for people who have had childhood trauma. I hear it all the time from clients, friends, mentors, myself too. Okay, that, let me ask you, that thing that you want to do, is it actually your goal? Or are you living into someone else's expectations? Is it perhaps your partner or your friend or your family who thinks that this is a good thing that you should be doing, and you kind of took it on board because, yeah, actually it kind of sounds good, and it's in a big scheme of things, it's like, yeah, okay, I should probably do that, but deep down in your soul, your heart, you know, this isn't really your thing. You don't really want to do that. That's why you keep running into resistance. It's not your goal to go for. So we need to actually dig a little bit deeper and work out, what is your goals? What are your dreams? What do you want out of your life? And another thing often can happen, the third thing, is that we may not, as we're going to, there might actually not be your values either. The way you're going about it, the way you're doing it, the way you're showing up, the qualities that you're bringing to that journey, they may not be yours. Again, it might be values that society or that culture, or if you're part of religious groups or spirituality, that might be part of that. For example, a lot of in spiritual world, it's all about kind of compassion and love and caring. But you're really a bubbly kind of person and very extroverted, and you love cheerleading and being loud and having this empowering, and in doing those kind of things you'd be an excellent sports coach. I've had lots of sports professional athletes as friends, and that kind of coach. You have different values, there's a different qualities that are natural to you, where you feel fully, that fires you up, that lights you up, that motivates you. Yes, you bring caring into this as well in a way, but the value, the way you want to show up is very different. The way you want to experience that journey there. I hope that makes sense. So if you keep running into that bump, please check out, is it just you kind of haven't checked in with your own values and your purpose for a little while, and you just need to do a little bit of reconnecting, or maybe you need to do a little bit more digging there. And sometimes it is good to have that conversation with someone else. Like, I dig deep with that with my one-on-one clients, but whether you have a coach or a therapist, or perhaps you have a friend that you can have those really deep conversations with, it helps to get a little bit of a distance with and have someone else ask you questions to actually really find out whether this is not your goal, or whether it is or is not your goal there. If that's not available to you, we can also self-coach ourselves through this. Okay, I often do that. I like to kind of go in my imaginary world and have that imaginary person there who has my issues, and I think through, what would I say to that person? What kind of questions would I ask? How would I help that person do think through this to really figure out, is this your goal that you're trying to achieve here? Is this your values that you're trying to live into? So there's always options, and you have the group here too. So ask questions, and we can help each other here to really clarify this, because of all our trauma and abuse throughout childhood, we put our needs down. We shut all this down, and we kind of need to wake this up again. The seeds are in our body, they're ready to grow, and we just need to find them and nurture and nourish them there for ourselves there. So, but as always, I'm going to be in the group. I'm going to check if you guys have any questions, so please shout out, because it can be very frustrating when we keep running into that resistance, but there's ways around it. That's what I wanted to say. So, but as always, sending you lots and lots of love and rainbows to brighten up the tough times just a little. See you guys, bye.